Hey folks, this is John Crutchfield, and this is the Wealth and Real Estate Facebook group. It is 7:45, and I'm going to record a little message this morning. I've got a problem, and I'm going to let a few people jump on here this morning before I get started. But I've got a problem, and I'm going to share that problem with you. But first, before I share this problem, I'm going to tell you about just about 4 years ago. I'm reminded 4 years ago that me and one of my buddies, we wanted to buy a property, and me and Brady got together and we wanted to come up with some money to buy a property, and it was a really inexpensive property. I mean, I think the price, y'all, I'm just gonna shoot it out there. I mean, I know money is different to different folks, but for us, I mean, I think we needed to come up with $5,000. Right? I think we need to come up with $5,000. And at the time, like, that was a ton of money. It was like a whole lot of money. So I remember the day that we figured out that we wanted to get this property together. We was like looking at our checking accounts, personal. We didn't even have business accounts set up at that time. And we were looking at our personal accounts, trying to scrounge up $5,000 between the two of us. Maybe it was a little longer than 4 years ago, but I'm just telling my story the way I remember it. But we were trying to come up with $5,000 because we knew that this property would be worth a lot more in the future. And we called our friends, we called family members, trying to come up with the money. We checked our checking accounts. One of our checking accounts that day, I won't tell you who, it was negative that day. So I really couldn't contribute much of anything. But the problem that we had that back then was, like, we couldn't come up with the money to get this very inexpensive property. And I know some of you watching this video are like, $5,000. It's like, there's no way. Like, no, I'm telling you, like, it was a lot of money to us before we started growing our businesses. He's got a six-figure real estate business now. And I've got a big business too now. So I want to tell the story because I've got a big problem now, right? And I want to share this with you before you start your day. And the big problem that I have now is probably 1,000 times larger than that $5,000 problem, right? Instead of trying to come up with $5,000 to buy my first property, now I'm trying to come up with 5 million, right? I don't know what the multiple of that is. I said 1,000. I think that's about right. But now I'm trying to come up with 5 million, right? I fuss sometimes because, I used to have to come up with $500 to buy a refrigerator for one of my properties, right? And now when my team asks me for refrigerators, they're asking for, 20 at a time, right? Which is 1,000 times the problem, right? Maybe not 1,000 times on that, but your problems should be getting bigger. That's the point, right? And my problems are getting bigger. Your problems should be getting bigger if you're growing. You should be dealing with larger and larger problems over time. If you're still dealing with the same problems that you were dealing with 5 years ago, then the real question is, not the same problems, but if you're still dealing with the same amount of problems, then your question should be, have you grown, right? If you're still dealing with the same numbers, if you're still dealing with the same, time commitment issues, the question is, have you grown? Because as you grow, well, your problems just get bigger, right? And hey, I'd love to be solving a $5 million problem versus solving a $5,000 problem. So I want to challenge you this morning, like, grow your problems. I know it's crazy, right? I'm sitting here this morning looking at my calendar like I have so much to do. Grow your problems. Grow your problems. If you don't know what I mean, comment in chat below. If you know exactly what I mean, put it down there in the comments. How are you growing your problems? That should have been the title of this. How are you growing your problems? Hopefully, you're getting some stuff from this group. I want to just thank everybody for supporting this group. It's growing, getting close to 600 members. So if you know somebody that would be helped by this group, the Wealth and Real Estate Facebook group, please share it. Hey, I'm going to get to work here today. I've got a problem. You clicked on this because you wanted to know what it was. So yeah, problems are getting big. Don't just look at it. Grab the map. Grow your problems.